Hello everyone, and welcome to my first review in a very long time for WWE Smackdown, and this one is on July 26, 2016, and well, they started off with, of course, Shane and Daniel Bryan, just like they did with Monday Night with Stephanie and Mick Foley. Things got started off with them just making a few announcements, what you figured that they were going to do right off the bat. What they do is that they say everything's for an opportunity and everything in that sense, and they were going to name a new #1 contender for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam that night in a six-pack challenge. They named 5 guys, which were Baron Corbin, Bray Wyatt, Cena, AJ Styles, and Dolph Ziggler, and they left the other one up to a battle royal. So they made 2 announcements there, which as I lower my arm handles again, I always seem to forget to do that for some odd reason. So they named the last competitor to be the winner of a battle royal. That would be next. So that battle royal ends up happening, and lo and behold, again, I've always liked battle royals. I know they're kicky, punchy, and everything like that. But it ends with Apollo Crews countering the chokeslam from Kane, and then doing the infamous low bridge to Kane to actually pull off the victory. I'm kind of glad for this one. Mainly because Apollo Crews really has not done much since coming up to the main roster, and this is something that is good for ends up being good for him in the end, because he's one of the newer guys, and that's kind of what they're supposed to be going for now. It's like newer guys kind of showing themselves up to the top of the roster, and so he moves on to the not the battle royal, but the six-pack challenge later that night. Up next, they have Becky Lynch versus Natalya. They have Becky Lynch go over in the victory here, in what was a far better match, at least in my mind, and the one that they had at Battleground. The one at Battleground, it was good for what it was. It told a certain story, but it was also a very one-sided match, which is something you usually don't want for pay-per-view matches. This one, they played it as more of an even back and forth between the both of them, and it ends out with being with Becky winning the match with a disarmer in the end. I thought really good match from the two of them. And it came off really well in this show. They put up actually, before I talk about this, right afterwards, they were about to interview Becky Lynch. So she gets interrupted by Alexa Bliss, who starts cutting her promo, who gets interrupted by Naomi, who starts cutting her promo on Alexa, and then she gets interrupted by Carmella. And then, before she finishes her promo, she gets interrupted by Eva Marie. Eva Marie says nothing. They were just kind of going through her new entrance, which is this crazy voiceover, spouting and talking about Eva Marie the entire time. Honestly, it's a good entrance. It's a very good entrance for the heel character she's going to be. I actually ended up liking this entrance. One's only hoping she's improved in the ring. But character-wise, she's developing quite well at this point in time. So we'll see where everything goes on that side. I try to be, I won't say lenient, but I try to be understanding the factor that she had barely started really learning wrestling until late last year. So we'll see how everything goes on that one. I hope she's gotten better in the ring. A little bit wary of that one. A little bit leery of that one. But up next to talk about, they showed a graphic and they showed 2 graphics throughout the entire time. One promoting American Alpha's first in-ring action for next week on the show. I wish they would have done it for this week, because that would have been a nice thing to show off right away. But no, they're going to wait till next week. But they also showed a video package for Shelton Benjamin's return, and for me personally, I like Shelton Benjamin. I've always liked him. He's always been a little wary on the mic. I haven't seen a lot of his stuff when he went to Ring of Honor and did a few more things with Charlie Haas and everything like that. Maybe that's improved a bit. We'll see how everything goes for him when he comes back to the company at this time. I've always enjoyed his stuff inside the ring, and I'm looking forward to seeing him come back in some way, shape, or form. Up next, they had a Miz TV segment, and well, what does the Miz do but copy Jericho's bit? Remember I think it was right after WrestleMania. I'm not 100% on that. But Jericho did a highlight reel where he interviews himself. Miz does that here. And where Jericho got interrupted, he gets interrupted as well by Randy Orton. And this eventually leads into a match after a little bit of back and forth promo. Orton is definitely becoming more jokey. He makes a lot more jokes now. And like I said, it just overall, it seems like he seems to be enjoying his time out there a little bit more than what he ever... He was showing this a little bit before he got injured as well. He just seems to be enjoying himself a little bit more than what he used to. But his promos have now gone into the more joking type of fashion for his character that you typically don't see in that case. But this does lead into a match. The match between Miz and Orton was actually a rather quick one. Miz taking control, looking like he was trying to re-injure Randy Orton's shoulder, and then he gets in the ring and gets hit by an RKO. Orton stalls for what seems to be days, and then does a second RKO and picks up the victory for that one. I was not a big fan of this. And mostly because of how long it just took him. It's like, I'm going to do the RKO again. And I'm going to take like 3 minutes to set that up after I've hit one already and the guy was down the entire time. They come back from... so that one sends them off into a commercial break. This one... when they come back, they're about to set up for another match. They have a local guy in the ring. Heath Slater barges into the ring, knocks the local guy out, and starts cutting a promo about not being drafted and being like the hottest free agent, calling Shane out there. Like, I enjoyed this promo from Heath Slater. Heath Slater is very good on the microphone. I wish they would use him more than a joke type character. But they do that kind of here again. And I have a feeling he's going to be kind of doing this on Raw and SmackDown maybe for the next couple weeks to show off like other free agents that weren't drafted coming into the actual show. In this case, it was Rhino. Rhino comes up from behind and gores Heath Slater and basically probably saying Rhino's going to be on SmackDown from here on in. Not a bad thing. I did make mention to... that his last NXT match with Samoa Joe was a little bit slow. Maybe his age is showing a little bit, but we'll see how everything goes for him while he's on SmackDown. If anything, he can be there using to enhance talent, and by enhance I mean make them better. Even if he is winning matches, he can still make them better in some way, shape, or form. So we'll see how they use Rhino here in the very near future. This brings me up to the final match of the night, which was the six-pack challenge. First of all, what they did beforehand, they did 3 promos in that whole face and camera type feel, where you have Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, and AJ Styles cut single promos throughout the entire night of the show. You had Ziggler's first, which was a crazy, Dolph Ziggler trying to refine himself type promo. It was a really good promo from Dolph. It was kind of different from what you normally see from him. He's usually like a very, I wouldn't say upbeat, but very high energy style. And this one was kind of sombered down a little bit. I actually ended up enjoying this promo from Dolph Ziggler. You had Baron Corbin, which was basically Baron Corbin still explaining himself as, he is the lone wolf. He does things for himself, not for anyone else. And not a bad promo from Baron Corbin. AJ Styles' promo was fantastic. I absolutely loved where they went with that. And then there was a quick promo before Bray Wyatt came out, and you got nothing from Cena in that case. So those were the 4 that pretty much did their promos. I liked Wyatt's promo as well. The match itself was a relatively good match. I actually enjoyed the six-pack challenge. Ziggler wins in the end by getting a super kick after AJ Styles hit the phenomenal forearm on Cena. So he pins AJ Styles here. Actually, not a bad way of going, though it's weird to see a super kick actually win a match. That is really weird because, 7 or 8 different people use the super kick, and none of them win matches with them. So Ziggler wins one with the super kick this time. He's turning more and more into Shawn Michaels as the days go on. It seems to be. So Ziggler wins the match. After the match, actually, for the aspect of the match, like, you even had spots inside of the match where, like, it was Cruz versus Corbin. Like, they were letting the new guys kind of run the show for a bit. Like, each guy kind of had their own time to shine inside this match. It was rather well done. After the match, Ambrose comes out. They kind of do a stare down, and then Shane and Bryan came out there and held up both of their held them up and everything, like held up their arms and everything like that. It was like, that portion of it was kind of pointless, but okay. And on that side, they could have left it with Ambrose and Ziggler kind of staring off, and that was how they would go off. But they did what they did there. Overall for this SmackDown, this was a pretty good show, decent show. You can't say it was great by any stretch of the imagination, but it was a pretty good show, and they have stuff coming into the future that makes me a little bit more excited. Like, I want to see Shelton Benjamin come back. Obviously, I've been watching American Alpha down in NXT already, so I kind of know what they can do, and we'll get to see them next week. So we'll see how everything goes with SmackDown here from the future, here into the future. So obviously, this was the first show right after the draft, so they did a pretty good show here, and we'll see how everything goes. Building into storylines going into their SummerSlam half, and vice versa with the Raw half as well. So, with that being said, I thank you guys for watching. That's my review for SmackDown. This is the first one I've done in years, because, well, SmackDown's got superstars in different storylines now, so it seems to be relevant to actually watch again. So, with that being said, I thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day.